Give it a couple, like another minute or so.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, let me just turn this up a little bit. Okay,
Everybody's in.
okay, we're good.
We're good. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
All right, it's 2:00 exactly. I'd like to call this meeting to order. It's Town of Dayton, special meeting. Today is Thursday, July 24th, 2025. Time is 2:00. So we'll start with Pledge of Allegiance and then we'll go into board member introductions.
And I gotta do this.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Tammy Mello. I am the acting chairperson of the Board of Health. Vinny?
Yes, I am Vinnie Hebert. I am a board member on the Board of Health.
Okay, time for monthly reports. We'll start with health agent. Are you doing that or is Jerry?
So, I don't know.
I think Jerry's there.
Yeah. I don't think.
Liz, can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can.
All right, I'm here.
Do you want to report anything on the health agent, Jerry?
What's that?
Do you want to report anything that's happening under the health agents category?
No, everything's going well with report reviews, perk tests, inspections. I mean, other than the subject matter we had for today, everything's going fine.
Okay.
Great. Do you have anything you want to add under health agent?
No, the other one is on the agenda,
Okay,
1901, so I'll just talk about it.
okay, perfect. All right, how about your office manager role? Anything to report?
So just for, oh, I guess we should go over there. So just for advance notice that the regional health agent has applied for a job more stable, he said. So we might possibly be losing Cliff
Okay,
if he gets that role.
okay,
But other than that, everything in the office has been running pretty good.
okay, perfect. Sounds great. Thanks, Liz. Animal control, oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you guys are just a little bit out of focus. I don't know if they can focus this camera or not, but if not, it's not horrible.
Is that better or no
Yeah, I
change?
think it's.
That's about the same. It's fine, Liz. No worries.
Oh, it's that one up there now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Let me see.
It's all right. It's bearable.
Can you hear us okay?
Oh, there you are. That's
Is that
better.
better?
Oh, you're kind of washed out now. You look like a science fiction movie.
All right. Do you want
You're
to?
like all black and white.
Maybe that's why they were using the webcam.
Yeah,
All right, I'm gonna go back to the webcam.
that's fine.
On that note, would you like to give your report for animal control?
Right now,
Awesome. So that's no news is good news, right?
that's right.
Okay. All right. So we're going to move on to old business.
So 5A, we're back at CNN Pizza update request. Do we have anybody here from CNN Pizza? No.
So I can give you an update on CNN. As of today, they have not submitted what the board requested of them. The plan proposal from a septic engineer has not been submitted.
Okay.
I called Kiros, I think Tuesday, to let
Okay.
him know I haven't seen anything, and he did say that he knew he was gonna be here, but maybe
Maybe I'll be here later,
Yeah.
but he's gonna have to wait until the next
they
meeting.
haven't submitted anything anyway, so
Okay.
it's probably just best to make a motion to table it.
Okay. I
So
think that
I'd make
sounds like
motion-
a,
I'd make a motion to table item 5A till we hear from CNN.
okay, I step down, I second that motion. Can I get a vote?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Okay, moving on to Divine Septic Installer, caller's license review. Do we have somebody here from Divine?
Right here.
Do you want to come up?
I can stay, and I'm happy.
The microphone.
Yeah, you gotta come up here. Sorry.
All right.
It's just my polite way of asking you.
Oh, okay.
Polite way of telling you.
Why don't you introduce yourself and then we'll get into the
I'm the
topic.
owner of Divine Septic, Michael Divine.
Nice to meet you, sir. All right, so,
Liz, I'm here too. I'm Mike's wife.
Hi. So I made some notes here. This is what, Joe, you're here for, to speak on the Divine, right?
Yeah, whatever you need.
Okay.
Paperwork with,
all right, so you obviously are aware of some issues that we've had.
Not
Are
really,
you-
but go ahead.
okay.
Some of the stuff,
Okay,
yes.
so I believe that Liz, our office manager, had reached out to your office. Maybe is it your wife who works the office?
Yeah.
Okay,
So we've had some complaints and verifying that there is some work being done without permits. Are you pulling permits every time
yes,
you come in?
yes.
Okay, because I think.
I'm not sure I
The
understand.
1901
Okay.
Milk Street is
Yeah,
what brought
this is
it up.
kind of something that I didn't do. I had no part of this job whatsoever,
Okay.
okay? I got a phone call to pump this woman out.
Mhm.
I don't even believe I was able to go out that day. I sent somebody out there because she said she was having pump issues. I'm not a pump guy anymore. I haven't been for years. I have a special person just for that. That person went out and told me I needed pumped first. I said, okay, well, I can get out there tomorrow, but that's the best I can do.
Mhm.
And I went out there and pumped the tank. I'm not really quite sure my involvement in this, other than pumping the tank.
Did you pull a permit at one point?
I pulled the permit because I was told to pull a permit. I
Matt
did no
Tanis
work.
told him to come in and pull a permit because Matt was there that day as well.
Okay,
But I was not present when he was there
okay,
because I was doing none of the work,
okay.
okay? But me, I decided I'd heard enough. I'll pull the permit for the
Mhm.
job.
Okay,
But really, I had no part of the replacing of the pump or anything like that. When Steve showed up to work on that, that's when I got some of the information about possibly what that woman was doing.
okay. Now Steve is your friend?
Steve is my friend. He does all my pump replacements. He does all the fixing of the floats and the
Okay,
pumps.
so
and
he
everything
does, he
else.
works for you?
He does not work for me.
So it's something that you kind of sub out?
Right, right.
Okay,
He needs me, I need him. We kind of work off each other, but he's been doing it for 30 years.
okay.
And he does all my pumps,
So
takes care of all my customers.
Steve should have came in and pulled the permit.
But again, we didn't know anything about pulling a permit to fix an emergency pump job. You know what I mean? We've done a million of these.
Yeah, every time there's a
Never pulled permit in any
repair,
other town for that.
every time there's a repair to a system, you have to pull a permit.
Okay, but what happens if it happens on a Saturday night?
If it's an emergency, yeah, you obviously do it and then come in on Monday and pull the permit.
I don't know. We've never done any sort of permit pulling for a pump. We're not changing anything.
Yeah,
Pump fries, the float fries, why am I pulling a permit?
just so it's documented, the repair.
Okay, I think it's just this specific job. That's what I think. That's just me.
Our application has, you know,
Possibly
repair
for a
and
Title V,
components.
yes.
Yeah,
As far as a Title V, a component is part of a Title V inspection. Yes, we do that, of course, but
I think the
Just-
problem is that that system had a lot more going on.
and I get it, but I think you just kind of, you're pigeonholing me over here on this one particular job that I showed up to pump and I had no idea what was going on until I was told what was going on, you
Mhm.
know? I go to the pump it because she says I'm having an emergency. So I pump it.
Yeah, so you should.
Never saw anything else.
You
It
shouldn't
was
have pulled-
all gone because I was the second person there. So it was all gone by the time I got there.
Well, just, it's gonna be mentioned after, but we were out there today and did a witness Title V, and there's a lot more going on.
Yeah, and I'm only going off what I hear from Steve. So,
Yeah, Steve,
all I got.
Steve should have came in and pulled the permit then. You shouldn't have.
again, I don't think Steve was aware of that. He wasn't hiding anything.
Well, I don't think it's anyone thinks that you're hiding anything. It's
Yeah.
just, we have a protocol that we have to follow. And that's what we do. So maybe it's something that we will be looking at in the future. As
Again,
far
I've
as
been doing this
reviewing-
for 15 years.
Yeah, I'm not-
And never thought you had to.
Right.
Never
Yeah.
did it in any other town.
So like I said, I think it's something that we should probably as a board look at,
Agreed.
Vinnie, and, you know, review this. Is there a certain period? So Vinnie and I are new to the board. It's
Okay.
probably September for me will be a year that we've been on the board. So it's been, you know, it's been sometimes difficult, you know, getting through. So you're gonna have to just bear with us.
I have
For the
never done
time
a
being.
job in any town without pulling a permit. And I know because I pay her for the permits.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, you've always done it before.
This was just something that I don't think anybody was aware of.
Right. Well, let this be a learning experience for everybody.
Yeah. I guess.
Nobody's trying to point fingers. Nobody's, you know,
Yeah,
we don't want to be that person that,
Yeah.
you know, you're thinking that we're just, you know, looking at you. We just want to make sure that everything runs smoothly, everything runs by protocol. And like I
Yeah,
said,
we really don't think that you're gonna, you know, just not pull a permit for like $25 just because, you know, we don't think you're trying to get away with anything. We're not accusing you. We're just trying to make sure that everyone knows, you know, that this is the protocol that we have going forward.
I was just going to ask you, Liz, is there a period of time where applications are due for them, or how does it work when they submit applications
To do,
to do his
to do a
work?
permit, it's prior to whenever they're doing,
No, not as far as the permit, but for them to work in the town of Dayton.
oh, everything's due by December. Their licenses start in January.
Okay, so maybe that's a good time, Vinnie, for us to get together and review everything before
Agreed.
this new application period
Yep.
begins.
let me ask you this, how many permits do you guys get for pump replacements in this town?
We get a lot of just single components. We get a lot of them.
I didn't ask you that, I meant pumps and floats and things like that.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
can't give you a
I don't
number.
think you do, but that's all right.
Yeah, I don't know a specific number.
Vinnie, do you have any other questions or any other
No, I
comments?
think that covers it. You know, I think, you know, probably just an oversight and we'll, you know, we just keep an eye on it and, you know, now that, you
Again,
know,
I didn't even
Mr.
do the
Divine's
job.
aware and we should be
You know?
good.
Yeah, no, I understand that, and
I
that's.
didn't even do the job,
Yeah, so you shouldn't have pulled the
should not
permit.
have pulled the permit if you didn't do the job.
so I'm
That's the other thing that-
here taking the fall for the,
And the other thing,
and I pulled the permit.
that can get you in trouble if something goes wrong. Now it's in your
Absolutely.
name. So you just put yourself in jeopardy of other stuff. You know what I mean? So if you didn't touch it, you shouldn't have pulled the permit. Yeah.
So maybe for future, just be cautious. of
Yeah.
that.
There's a lot-
I'm gonna pull the permit anyway.
There's a lot more going on at this address, so that's probably why it's gotten so,
I know who did the job.
that's why it's gotten.
He's very
so-
good at what he does. That
Yeah.
I know. He's gonna do it right.
Um,
So why don't we take things out of order. Why don't we just do the Milk Street update while he's here?
All right, yes.
I think that would make sense.
Yeah, just.
Vinny, is
make a
that okay with
motion.
you? I just would need you to
That's fine.
get, to make a motion. It just
Yeah,
makes
I
more
make
sense
a
that
motion
we're
to-
talking about Milk Street while he's here.
Yeah, I make a motion to skip to item 5E, 1901 Milk Street update.
Yeah, I stepped down. I second that motion. Can I get a vote?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. All right, so Liz, why don't you give us a update on 1901 Milk Street? And then we can't forget, we have Jerry here.
Yep, so Jerry was away, so I went out with James Agia to do the witness Title V over at 1901 Milk Street. And there's a few things wrong. The D-box is too low. The tank was not pumped out. There is a bunch of repairs that the homeowner has to do. Brittany Soares is putting together the list of everything that needs to be replaced and done. But it was quite a bit of things that,
I don't think there's an alarm either.
it was the alarm, the whole, what's it called? The weeping hole was way too big, so the pump was constantly filling up and emptying, because that weeping hole was way too big. It shouldn't have been left like that. And there was a lot of root growing through the pipes. So the
Yeah,
pipes needed,
put it in the woods practically.
the pipes needed to be jetted out. Well, the leaching field wraps around the front of the house.
Yeah.
So there's
Why are the
a
tanks-
ton of root growth. So that she was gonna jet out all the lines. Couple of things needed to be raised. It was the D-box and it was something in the back. I wrote it down downstairs.
Was it the covers on the septic tank and pump chamber, Liz?
The
Raise
pump
them.
chamber, yes, yep, that one needed to be lifted. Everything had to be brought up to code, but the system was installed 20 years ago and our codes were different. So that's why everything was lower than it's supposed to be. So it was nothing to anybody's fault. It's just when it was done, we had
No,
different.
Oh, what do you
Correct.
mean?
Okay, access.
There's no riser on the D-box. Is that what you mean?
No, they shouldn't say anything about that. No, they were too low.
Set too
They
low?
were set too low. They needed to be up higher, but that's because we changed our
Well,
regulations.
I don't think it was set to any plan either.
Yeah. So it was quite a bit of work. She is taking care of it now with source pumping.
Okay.
So going forward, shouldn't have any issues with their septic system.
Okay, good.
Everything will be up to code by the end of this job she's doing now.
Okay.
Hey, Elizabeth,
Yep.
I want to just step backwards really quick, that we got to remember that either the owner or a representative of the owner was illegally pumping out that pump chamber into the woods by those photographs we saw. Somebody dropped a submersible pump into the pump chamber and the hose went from there into the woods. So that's
Yep.
the owner or some representative or somebody she hired. That's a clear violation by the owner.
Yeah, problem is we didn't get there fast enough to catch it. By the time we got there, there was no evidence. We have pictures.
Yeah.
Sorry, not me to speak out of line, but I'm a town official and I saw it.
You saw
Yeah.
sewage coming out?
I have photographs.
Yeah. It's
Yeah, I
up to
mean,
the board. I
the
mean, if they
photograph-
fix it going forward, it's not an issue, but it's up to you if you want to take other actions against the homeowner.
Well, I think I'd like to know who put the pump there. If it
Well, that's a
was
question.
them or somebody she hired.
The other thing too, Tam, if I can jump in, is, if we had seen it and what would we have done? Given the homeowner a warning and said, hey, that's illegal and you have to take that out of there and do it the proper way. I don't think we would have fined them right off of the bat. So to me, it's okay, they knew that it was wrong, they took it out. And, now going forward, it is, it's gonna be done, the right way. So to me, I mean, do we want to go, back at the homeowner? I don't think that would really be worth it. I think, like I said, if we had caught them, doing that illegally, we would have probably just given them a warning, right? We wouldn't have just gone right to, hey, we're gonna fine you. So to me, it's like, as long as that's not there any longer and it's being done, I would just let it go. But, that, again, your opinion too, Tam.
Mhm. I think I agree with you on that. Do we know when they're getting this done?
Right now,
Right now?
Yep.
So within,
yeah.
it has to be within 30 days?
Yeah, if they
Yeah.
didn't do it now, Brittany said there would have been additional costs because she would have to do the reinspection all over again. So she said that she's currently working on the system, so they're doing it today.
Oh, okay,
So should be all fixed and running properly.
okay. All right. Vinny, anything else?
No, that was it.
I've never come across a situation where somebody was illegally dumping, so I can look back into old records to see if we have what they did in the past. But I mean, all I can think of is you'd fine them, you know what I mean?
Right.
But they've complied with everything we've asked them to do. They fixed it immediately, and
Mhm.
it's up to the board if you want to go back.
Did you want to add something, Lisa?
Oh, I just wanted to know, sorry, Lisa Caledonia, conservation agent. I was just curious, Jerry Bernard's take on, because we're in a public drinking water supply zone. So it's not like we're just, and they were pumping out into the woods.
Jerry, can you hear her?
Not too good. What'd she say?
Hang on, she's gonna come up to the mic.
Want this?
Can I have this turn? I guess.
I don't want that.
Hi, Jerry, Lisa Caledonia from Conservation.
Hey, Lisa, how are you?
Hey, good. So I just, I had witnessed it because I had gone out there after a complaint was made, brought to the attention of a member and, brought to my attention. So I had tried to get in touch with Matt and it didn't work out for a couple days. So I went out there anyways. I have photographs of, the hose, the pumping, the cord. And I just was wondering because I'm sure you're aware that's a public drinking water supply area.
Yeah.
And kind of our biggest concern about this is that the person that made the alleged complaint about the alleged violations said that it was going on for months.
Well, I
So-
think that's the question. How long were they pumping into the woods as far as a violation? And I kind of agree with Vinny that after the fact, you make them aware of it, it's a slap in the wrist, and you're correcting a behavior going forward is the hope of everybody. There's not a lot of sense in chasing people. Not a lot usually happens in my experience in other towns as well.
Right, yeah, no, I agree, but then I'm just wondering too about the reasons for the pumping are also, need to be spelled out, so it doesn't happen again, obviously. And then the other thing is that system designed for that multifamily?
Yeah, that system was replaced like 20 years ago to account for the an additional bedroom at that time. Liz has the plans and the file.
Okay, yeah, those were my questions, I know.
Yeah, it was adequately sized at that time. I reviewed the design plans, the original, then I reviewed the design plan for the addition.
Okay, great. Yeah, so those are my main questions, and I was
That's all good.
gonna, and I was a little concerned that, the hose could have been going into a resource area, which it is going into a resource area, so I haven't been able to get in touch with the owner, but I just wanted to kind of talk to them from a conservation perspective too, so if anybody gets a hold of them, or has their email, if they could provide me with the email,
We also got to take into consideration, it's a tenant versus landlord dispute. So, I mean, there's going to be truths and lies in both of their stories. So
yeah.
coming in
basing
after
it on
facts, like it could have been months, it could have been weeks, it could have been years, like
Yeah,
I
well, it
think
was happening.
that's a good.
we
point.
don't know. it's two people
We can
arguing.
figure it out though, because we have the near map. The near map is area photos every 6 months that we get
Mhm.
an account on, and we can see if there's a hose. I mean, you can zoom in.
Yeah,
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so I mean, a lot of times that's what I look at if I
Mhm.
need to.
No,
But
good.
thank you for letting me talk about it.
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lisa.
You're welcome.
All right, so where are we at here?
so back to Divine. So he can go.
Yeah. Vinnie,
Do you
do
want
you
to?
want to make
Yeah, I
any
was gonna say.
final comments from Mr. Devine before I do?
No, fine.
Got to go over the Title V that wasn't submitted and also pump records.
All right, which one was the Title V?
The one on 1899 Smith Street that shouldn't have been passed. I'll
Okay.
speak to it.
Okay, I'm gonna let the office manager bring up one of the Title Vs that had.
I don't know about that one.
Yeah,
Okay,
so homeowner tried to sell a house and they were looking for the Title V report. We didn't have it on file.
Yep.
So they told me-
Plan.
Yeah, they told me you had done it, so I
Yeah.
called you and it was never submitted to us. And then when Jerry reviewed it, he found a lot of, Jerry, you can speak to the 1899 Smith Street Title V.
Absolutely. Okay, so
You want to come up?
you say, do I want to come up?
Oh, no, I was talking to Mr. Devine.
Oh, okay.
Me? Am I talking
no,
in?
he's gonna
Oh, all
talk.
right.
Go ahead, Jerry.
All right. All right. So you're right. So I got the report and I was a little surprised when I saw the February 24 date and that we had never seen it. But then I don't know, Mike, if you saw my review of the report, there were 3 bullet items.
No, I didn't.
Okay. Liz, if you could make sure Mike gets a copy of it, please, I'd appreciate that. All right. So I saw the passing and I normally go through these things. And the first thing that I looked at was it's an unoccupied house and it had been unoccupied for a long time. So and I do these inspections and I'm very wary when I see an unoccupied house because you can't totally or accurately assess a system if the house hasn't been getting flow. And I believe it was a single elderly person prior to that for a long time. So there was that. You admitted that the pump and alarm weren't even tested because there's no electricity to the house. Well, you can't pass a pump system if you don't test the pump and alarm. At best, you probably should have done either conditionally passes or needs further investigation by the Board of Health. Because my fear is that on a report like that, the property and house goes to sell, it gets handed to a realtor or a potential buyer, and nobody reads 18 pages of those reports. They look at the front page and say, oh, great, it passed. Somebody buys it on that condition that they think they're getting a system that passed. They move in there, they've got 2 kids. Next thing you know, you find out, well, the system's bubbling out of the ground, the pump does not work. What I'm trying to say is you've got to be extremely careful when inspecting systems like this that are either unoccupied, I mean, especially with no power. That should have avoided it right there, that you can't do an inspection. But I mean, please, I mean, you can explain it, add anything to it.
Yeah, I'd like to. So when I did the Title V, the plan was that he already had a plan for a home going there, and that was gonna eliminate both of those tanks, the pump, the electricity, everything. He was never gonna move in and use any of that stuff but the leach field. I was told through the engineer who drew the plan, don't be so concerned about that because we're crushing and filling everything anyway. The house is gonna go right on top of it.
Well, then
I
that should
wanna
have
know
been
the
easy
health
to
of the leach field, and that's mainly what I was there for at the time. He had no power, he had no water. Yes, I know that, but I did use water and introduced it to the D-box for several hours from the neighbor who was nice enough to let me do it.
You would have
I
needed
knew from the
several
time I
weeks.
started that all that stuff was gonna get ripped out before he even moved into the house.
Well,
Now,
then you should have absolutely failed it. You just admitted it was going to get torn up. Why would you? I wouldn't put my name on something if you know for a fact it's going to get torn up. Just flunk it, and save yourself and save any future buyer. But in adding water to a vacant house for a few hours. When you think of the volume of gallons that you would need, you'd literally have to run a hose in that for like 2 weeks.
It goes either way.
No, I'm just saying, you really, you can't be passing stuff like that, Mike.
I think you
If
just,
anything, they do better by not having any water given to them for that long. I mean, we've done it before. We made Milford Plaza pass after a year of not introducing water from the pump to the leach field because it was failing. We turned the pump on a year later and it's been fine for over 2 years. So that could go either way.
but I think what Jerry is saying is correct. I would just be cautious. I mean, we can't.
Well, I get
We
it,
can't-
but I mean, that was the plan. The plan
Right.
was everything except for the leach field was coming out. We needed to know the health of the leach field. The
Mhm,
foundation was gonna sit on top of the old tanks.
mhm.
I mean,
I
when,
get that part, but like
You
you
know?
said, you're putting your name on something, you're passing something that shouldn't be passed, regardless of what their intent is on how they're gonna use that particular property, you're still,
I had no
you're
idea.
you're
we were
setting
gonna sell
yourself
it
up.
2 years later.
Yeah.
You're really setting yourself up because
Yeah.
it could be that next time, or maybe the time after, something's gonna come back and it's gonna bite you.
Yeah, you're assuming a
That's what
ton of
we're just
liability
trying
on
to
you.
tell you these things too, so you can, maybe change the way that you do things and protect yourself. I mean, we certainly don't want that type of work done in this town. I mean, not that we're trying to nitpick, but again, we want to follow protocol. We can't just have people pass systems when they should be failed.
Okay.
I mean, we're not going to keep going on and on about this, but hopefully when you leave today, you'll leave with, maybe a change in how you do things in the future.
Yeah, and if I might add, the Board of Health is available for questions. If you're doing an inspection, and I have other inspectors call me all the time, if they have any questions on doing an inspection, we're more than happy, to add our 2 cents at that time, go out if we have to. It's all about just trying to make sure it's right.
So maybe if you're confused about some of the things that you need to pull a permit for, maybe Liz can put a list together based on what we have. No, I'm
No, I
just,
know- I know.
I'm just trying to help you. Again, I'm not trying to nitpick at you, just trying to help you.
I do.
But if something else comes before us again, it's probably not going to be as friendly. So Liz will put a list together, if that's okay with you, Liz?
Yeah.
Put a list together. And as we said, before your next time that you have to apply, to do work here in town, we're going to be looking at things and we're going to be changing things up as we spoke about at the start.
Okay.
Do you
The
have any
other thing
questions?
was the pump records, but I talked to Linda this morning and she said you guys don't do a lot of pumping in Dayton.
Most of it's-
Yeah.
So whenever you pump in Dayton, we need a monthly report saying what you pumped, how much you pumped out, address and stuff like that. So if you guys
So-
don't do anything, that's
Wait.
fine.
I'd like to add, because he really
Yeah, yeah.
doesn't do that on that end.
Linda.
So so there was a lot of change, and I think I spoke to Liz about this. There was a lot of change in the Board of Health. I would email, I think it was Roslyn last year, and then Roslyn left, and then Todd left, and then I was sending it all to Todd, and then somehow I didn't realize Liz took their position, so I updated her with all the original backlog, I guess,
Yep.
for them. So she has all that. I did ask her about if there is no pumping in the town in that month, do you need me to send an email saying, no, we don't have any? I mean, every town is different. One wants an Excel, one wants the, Massachusetts form, I forget what it is, pumping logs.
Form T4.
Yeah, I hate these pumping logs. And Mike doesn't pay me to do the pumping logs, so I hate them even more.
We don't do a lot of Dayton, so if you don't see nothing for a month, it's not that we're holding back.
Yeah, no,
Giving
it's,
it to you. We just
yeah,
don't have-
it doesn't, but I'll gladly email Liz every month saying, hey, no, there's nothing, or I'm sorry, I'm late, here it is, because
Yeah, no, it was just, I haven't seen any from you in probably a better part of 9 months, so I thought maybe I was missing something.
no, I think there's something maybe this month. So I'll get that to you, but usually it's Dayton's sometimes a hit and miss town for us.
Yeah, yeah, just if you have anything going forward, just, make sure to send them in, that's all.
I will.
Perfect, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right, so I think we've covered everything there, so we're gonna have to, Vinnie, get a motion for 1901 Milk Street and Divine.
Yeah, so we can look at the Title V that's being done currently for 1901 Milk Street update. I think everything with Mike and Mike Devine has been reviewed, and I think that we can put that to rest right now.
Perfect. I step down. I second that motion. Can I get a vote?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Mr. Devine, you're all set. Thank you
I'm
for
good.
coming. You're good.
Okay.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Mike.
All right.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you. All right, next, 2651 Pleasant Street update.
So you have in your packet probably a letter from Cliff.
I have it right here.
Yeah. Did you get the letter in your email from Cliff?
Inspection report. Back so soon. Okay.
Hey,
Well, did
Liz,
Yeah,
hey, you still need me for anything coming up?
no, you're all set, Jerry.
Thank you, Jerry.
Thank
You're
you, Jerry.
welcome. Any questions, just give me a call.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Sorry, Vinnie, did you review the letter?
I did.
The inspection report, I shouldn't call it a letter inspection report.
Yeah, let me pull it up, but I did look at it. Where is it? Oops. Second. Packet. Do you have it there in front of you, Tammy?
I do.
All right, let me get it. I've got it. But I said I did look at it. I'm just gonna find the packet. Oh, here it is. Yeah, this was from Cliff. You just want me to read it, Tim?
No, I just wanted to make sure you had time to review it. Sorry, I should have been
Yeah,
more
no,
detailed than that.
I did review it, yeah.
Okay, all right, so basically Cliff went out there saying that they're compliant. Based on his findings, the premises are deemed compliant with all relevant local and state regulations at the time of the inspection. No further action is required. So I'm not sure that there's any more that we can do on this particular complaint.
Right. It's like we said before, we can't enforce anything that is not enforceable. You know, they did what they had to do. They're in compliance. They're not violating, you know, any laws or anything. So, you know, I agree with you. It's like, there's nothing more we can do with this.
Mhm. All right, Ellie, I see that you're here. Do you want to come up for a quick second? Is there anything that I don't want to leave you sitting there when this is your complaint.
209 Beach Street. I went to the fire station to just complain about this because I can't really back out of my driveway because of the weeds,
Mhm.
the overgrowth,
Okay,
and they told me to come to the Board of Health.
yeah, so that really isn't a Board of Health issue, how long somebody's weeds or trees are.
They need to trim them.
Well, hold on. So the fire chief did go out there today In fact, I saw him as I was coming in. And he said that a rescue or a fire truck can still pass through there. I think that was your concern, that they wouldn't be able to get through there. So he's saying that there was no issue. He went there himself to check. And again, that really wouldn't be an issue for the Board of Health. As far as any trimming of trees, that would be highway. So it wouldn't be us. We wouldn't be able, even if it was something that was too long, we couldn't enforce that. It's not the Board of Health.
And technically, that's a private road, so it's not even the town's responsibility to.
It would be the
That's
homeowner.
right.
It's the homeowner.
And the road is slowly going over and over more.
Mhm,
And I can, like I said, I can't back out of my driveway because of my backup camera,
yeah,
and it won't it puts the brakes on.
right. Yeah,
So I have a hard time getting out of my
unfortunately,
driveway.
we wouldn't be able to help you with that because it's not something that the Board of Health oversees. So you'd have to maybe talk to the people and ask if they can trim the bush or shrubs or whatever it is that's there.
Yeah.
I don't really know what other course of action you could take other than you could go to court, civil court. But it's not something that the Board of Health would be able to help you with.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. All right, can I get a motion for 2651 Pleasant Street?
Okay, so according to Cliff, who did the inspection at 2651 Pleasant Street, is now in compliance. So there's nothing further we can do with that complaint.
Okay, I step down, I second that motion. Can I get a vote?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Moving on to Hannaford account status.
So, received one check since their last payment, and it brought their total down to $68,100. I emailed them this morning, asked them for an update because I was gonna meet with the board today, and I did get a response. She said that all invoices have been approved and will be mailed out. You should see all of it by mid-June, mid-July, August.
Mid-August.
The last one was a June invoice that we got
Okay,
this week. So she says, by the looks of it, it's about 30 days out. So the
Okay.
last time we gave them an order was in July. So that puts us in about mid-August to get all the final payments.
okay.
Going forward, I don't know what the board wants to do because it's supposed to be cash on delivery. And I don't think local branch can cut a check. So we'll have to figure out what you want to do going forward.
That's gonna be a good question. I just don't want to get in a position where we're back to $72,000 of money in arrears.
This is the third time it's happened.
Yeah, I think,
Well,
Maybe.
I can see that, you know, Patricia Griggs is online. I don't know if she can comment. Hi, Patricia, you there? She unmuted,
think-
but we can't hear you. Can't hear you, Patricia.
is she somebody from Hannaford?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Can you hear me?
Oh, this is Kelly, yes.
Okay, I'll speak for her. She might be having technical issues. Patricia is on the Hannaford settlement side, so she is the one that would receive the invoices from the store, and I guess that's where the disconnect is. I am with the VMO with Ahold Delhaize. I'm vendor support, so I would be the initial contact moving forward for the town of Dighton if they are having invoice issues. I know before that there was no process really in place as far as from what my understanding was, invoices were being sent to Deborah Neal, who is no longer in that department. I think that's where the disconnect is. Also, Rachel Richards, who is the manager for front end operations, she couldn't join this call, but she did state that she wants to stick with the standard process, which is sending those invoices to the Hannaford store settlement email address. Because there should be no issues with that process. I think before, from what we found and what I'm investigating on my end, emails were being sent to Deborah Neal. They were being sent to just individuals in our organization who are either no longer in those roles or just was not performing. And let's see, I think that's all I have to add on my end. I kind of do want to understand what is the process, you know, that you all follow around your ordering and delivery so we can all be aligned.
Okay, Liz, do you want to take?
Yeah, so before we were doing orders and you had to pay within 30 days, or when you got your next order, you'd have to pay for the previous order. Some of the smaller stores would do it that way. But it became there was too much money out there that should have been in our hands when it wasn't. So the town accountant requested, as of FY '26, to have all the orders be cash on delivery or payment on delivery. So the new vendor agreement has a bullet in there that you agree to paying for the order when you receive it. And I talked to someone at the store and they said they're not able to cut checks, so I'm not sure how to move forward.
She's muted. Are you still there?
You're muted, Kelly. There you
Yes,
are.
I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's where it's difficult for me, being that I'm only on the vendor support. I'm not sure of that process, and that's why it was kind of frustrating with Rachel not joining at the last minute. She would be the one that you know, kind of knows that route. I don't know. I don't know if Patty's still having difficulties. Maybe she can give some insight on that. I'm not sure as well, but I just know that Rachel wanted to keep the process standard as it's already in place and then go from there. Or she said if that's not going to happen, well, then there might be some other options that's going to have to happen. I do know that Ahold Delhaize is trying to have one streamlined process across all brands here in the future. I don't know what that looks like yet. I know that we do have most of our brands vendor is Waste Zero, and we've never have issues going that route. So that can also always be an option as well, just for a more streamlined, smoother process. I don't know who would initiate those things. I have been told that the town would have to contact Waste Zero directly to have those talks.
Yeah.
We can definitely, I'll dig deeper on that.
No, that would be in our contract, Kelly. So we chose to distribute the bags ourselves. It was an extra fee to have Waste Zero do it.
Okay.
So the town decided that we would, you know, take the bags and distribute them. But I can absolutely show the board what the difference in fees were and go from there.
Okay.
So Waste Zero would be doing what we do.
Okay.
We just go to them and then they give us the money.
Yeah.
Okay. I think what we should do is probably review all this and maybe get some more information from our colleagues and so table it for now.
I would agree.
It's just
You know,
too
we
much
could-
information before
Yeah,
making, I don't want to make a quick decision. We still have time because we're still waiting for that payment anyway. So
Right.
I think we have time.
Yeah.
Time's definitely on our side here.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, once we have all the information, and then we could write up a protocol to make sure that, you know, not just Hannaford, but anyone else is in line and knows exactly what they need to do and where they need to send payments and in what time frame they need to send them. You know, if it's payment on delivery, it's payment on delivery. And we can go from there. But yes, I agree. I think we should table this for now until we get all of our ducks in a row and then, you know, come up with that protocol and then distribute it.
Absolutely. Would you like to make that motion?
Yeah, I would make a motion to table item 5D on the Hannaford account status, which also would involve setting up a protocol and payment instructions for everyone involved.
Okay, I step down. I second that motion. Can I get a vote?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes.
And I'm sorry, I wanted to ask one more thing if that was okay. I know my leadership, they was curious to know is there a way that that block can be lifted so the town can start getting those bags? I mean, kind of doing that out of good faith that we are promising that that payment is coming. I mean, I can even send you the remittance, whatever you need on our end, just let me know. Just so we can all kind of be satisfied around the clock.
Me personally, I'm gonna have to say no, only because this has been a long road for us. And due to the fact that we're still waiting for $68,100 to come in, that's, a larger amount. If it was a couple of thousand, maybe. But unfortunately, I'm gonna have to say no.
Okay, I understand that. I do want to add that our department was added for these types of cases. So we are trying to make it better for our vendors just in general. The BMO has been in stance for about 1 year now. But I can promise you moving forward, you won't run into these hiccups again. I
Well,
think
we definitely look forward to that, to working with you and getting it all straightened out. And I'm sorry, unfortunately, I do
Yeah.
have to say no. Vinny, do you?
They are the biggest vendor of our bags, so it is to the residents of Dayton, it's been really a burden on them, so we would love to get aligned on it.
Absolutely.
I think Liz just took the words out of my mouth. I mean, Hannaford I go there for my bags. So, it's very important to the town residents, to be able to have access to that. If there's something perhaps you could do on your end to expedite these back payments, these that are due, if you could do that, then certainly then we could lift the block after that. That's not an issue. So if there's something you could expedite it, or maybe even give it to us in writing and say, hey, payment will be submitted within 5 days. I think then, the board could then review that and then see what we can come to as a decision.
I can absolutely do that. And I will follow up with you all on that. Hopefully by end of day, if not today, definitely tomorrow. I'm going to connect with my leadership after this call.
Sounds great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Tammy, do you agree with that path? Is that okay with you?
That sounds great.
Okay.
Absolutely. Okay, moving on. We should be at F, 3147 Shop Slot Road, exposed septic.
Yeah, so I received photos from a homeowner. It's an ongoing complaint. It's kind of bigger than, it's got more departments involved than most complaints. So the last I heard, the TA was involved. He's off today, so I wasn't able to get a status update from him. But there are campers on the property. There's septic tanks above ground.
I think this is something else that we probably should table until we speak to get all the departments on the same, on the same line here and see what's going on, because I'd hate to do something when somebody else is trying to do something else.
Yeah, I would agree. We might want to call us, a special meeting with everyone involved to make sure that we're all on the same page.
Absolutely.
That's a good idea.
All right, so can I get a motion for Shop Slot Road?
Yeah, I would make a motion to table item 5F, 3147 Shops Lot Road, until we can get all of the boards and committees involved in the town of Dayton to review this, to see what the next steps would be.
Perfect. I step down. I second that motion. Can I get a vote?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Moving on to dumpster regulations.
So that's was discussed at one of our last meetings. After the town meeting, there was some talk about people just going and getting dumpsters. Some of the residents were concerned because the placements of these dumpsters, some were put at the edge of the roadway, you can't see around them, so they asked us if we thought we should come up with something, in writing before it gets out of hand, because we have
I think that's
nothing.
a good idea.
I was thinking maybe a workshop. So
Sounds
we can
good.
see what other towns are doing. Just if fees are gonna be in like everything that goes with it. So it's
Yeah,
gonna be a lot of digging.
right. Vinny?
Yeah, I know it was, I forget who it was it Jerry? Who had sent us a bunch of the documents, like what is the town of Taunton? Like, I think it was Taunton and it was Swansea.
Mhm.
And, you know, you have to be so far off the road, you know, that type of thing. So I don't know if it's gonna be that involved or not. But I think it's something we should certainly review. Pull those documents back up again, Tim, and
I
Liz.
sent them
And
to you, so I can resend them, Vinny.
yeah,
All right, I'll resend them to you and then you can look at them. But when you get back, if you want to do a workshop, we could do that.
What are your thoughts on a workshop?
I think, I don't know if it's not gonna hurt anything to me. I mean, I don't know how involved it would be. I mean, if we're just gonna come up with a document that says, you know, your dumpster's gotta be here, it's gotta be placed so far off the road, that sounds pretty straightforward to me. But let's review, I say, let's re-review those documents, and then we can go from there.
Sounds great. Would you like to make a motion?
I would make a motion to table item 5, hold on, can't see it. 5G, on the dumpster regulations until we can review some of the surrounding towns' regulations, and then perhaps come up with a workshop.
Okay, I step down. I second that motion. Can I get a vote?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Moving on to new business, trash bag payment options. Unit pay fee and point and pay.
So if we were going to allow debit cards for trash bags, that would be our fees.
So when you say debit card transactions, is that here in this building or is that?
We
I'm
would have to set
confused.
something up like, Paul, you can speak on it.
Thank God you're here.
Point of information for the chair, those fees are not user fees to be paid by the town. Those
Okay.
would be paid
By
by
the-
the actual user of the card.
Okay,
Which is really good, and that's the way that we require every department that takes them to go.
okay,
Because otherwise, if, say, the fee that you're charging plus the credit card processing fee both lands in the bank at the same time, one, it's a big pain to reconcile it of, you know, our portion, their portion.
okay,
Additionally, they typically want to ACH that out automatically. And as you know, we can't authorize them to take money out until it's gone through the warrant, it's been signed by the selectmen, it's been signed by the accountant. So we don't ever want to take the chance that they're going to accidentally try to ACH out their fee or what they're owed from our account before they're actually, you know, legally entitled to the money through the warrant cycle process.
okay,
So the way that it works now is, say that you are giving somebody a fee for $50 and it's gonna charge them $1 processing fee. The resident, when they make the purchase, their credit card will stay $51. We'll only ever actually receive the 50 though.
Okay.
So it's very easy and clean to reconcile. The dollar amount with Unipay, I don't have the schedule in front of me, I apologize, but the dollar amount of the transaction kind of drives the bus on what the fee is. And
Okay.
that's due to the fact that the merchant interchanges, the merchants charge the vendor anywhere from 1% to 4%. So figure American Express that's giving you 3% cash back.
mhm,
They're not doing that out of the kindness of their hearts, right? So somebody's paying for it. So the vendor that runs the transaction has to pay that. So we just put the burden directly on the actual user of the card. That way, we're not paying fees for the sake of somebody else's airline miles.
right, okay,
And they're both very straightforward to use. I personally have more experience with Unipay. That's how we're set up with the town clerk's office. That's how we're set up with the transfer station. But also, if you'd like to explore Point and Pay, I'd strongly encourage you to talk to the building commissioner about it. He's used it since I've been here. It works very well. It's easy to reconcile. The reporting is very simple. From what I've been told, it's a fairly user-friendly interface. But Unipay is too. I have more firsthand experience with that. And so I'd recommend that one personally, but that's just because I've used it and I'm comfortable with it.
Is there a fob for it? How does the transfer station do it?
They have a wireless like a wireless tablet that they got, a Surface Pro or something like that.
Okay.
And so the credit card information is actually typed in. It's not stored. So they would type it in and run it that way. It's just a lot easier to deal with, and plus it eliminates the cost of having to actually purchase the terminal. So at the risk of rambling, did you have any specific questions, or would you like me to just give a little more background info, or?
Point and Pay is online, so they would have to make that purchase online and then come in and get the bags.
Yes,
I don't know how
it
that's gonna
sounds like Unipay would be easier because so many other departments use it.
Yes, and so what I would do is I would open you up a bank account. That would just be Board of Health receipts, and all the money goes in there as your money. Very easy to very easy to reconcile.
Right.
And we just run your transactions for the month. Give me a report every couple of weeks, and I'll process it, transfer it over to the general fund, and you're all done.
Yeah, that sounds. Vinny, what do you think? To me, it sounds like it's much easier than the other one.
Yeah, I mean, the piece that I'm looking at, I mean, if it's, from 1 cent to $99, to say $100, and there's a $2.50 fee for that. What is the normal order that we would get? Would it be more than that? Would it be?
Most people are buying 1 or 2 rolls at max, so it's either 28 or 56.
Yeah, so we say it's $28 and they're charging us $2.50.
Yeah, so it'll be $30.
Charging the resident. Okay, maybe Vinny didn't hear that.
Yeah, I don't think it wouldn't charge us. It would charge the card holder.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's fine.
So, yeah, I mean, you're paying basically for convenience.
Right, and there is a quarterly fee. The quarterly fee for the transfer station, which is most likely what they charge you as well. Your fee might actually end up being lower because I'm willing to bet you that your transaction volume will be higher.
Okay.
At the transfer station, and they make their money off of the transaction volume. They're collecting those fees.
Okay.
And for, say, the transfer station, it's only open a couple of days a week. It's just by virtue of what it is. It's got fairly limited transaction volume. They charge out $38.95 quarterly. So
every 3 months.
Yeah, so you're not talking big money in any case, or $150-ish a year.
No, it's not bad. Thoughts, Vinny?
No, I don't think that that's bad. I mean, if that is, the system that's in place now, I would agree. It's like we just stick with that. It's not going to cost the town any money.
And it's familiar.
Yeah,
It's a
it's familiar.
familiar way
It's already in place.
Right.
I would say
So you
yes.
don't have to, deal with something else, that you haven't, right. It's something that's familiar to you, super easy. We would get the transaction list.
So we would have to buy a tablet.
Depending on how you're going to process them, that'd be my recommendation, would be to allow the resident to type in their own information when they present the card.
Right.
Let them do it themselves.
Right.
It's not gonna store their information.
Could I download it to a tablet we already have, or do I have to buy a separate?
Absolutely.
All right,
If you have like a Surface Pro or something kicking around and you want to use that, by all means.
we have an iPad down there.
Sounds good.
iPad will work.
Yeah, I'm sure it will. And what I can do if you decide that that's, yes. If that's something that you'd like to move forward with, and you'd like to schedule a conference call with a Unibank representative, let me know. I'd be more than happy to set that up.
Perfect.
Help in any way I can.
Perfect. That would be Liz's job. Hopefully. Right, so are we set on that, the Unipay?
I'm good with it.
I'm good with it too. You want to make a motion?
Yeah, I would make a motion on new business item A, to go with the Unipay fee system for trash bag payment options going forward.
I step down. I second that motion. Can I get a vote?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. All right, moving on, new business B, health agent applications.
So I just wanted to mention that the position, they're still accepting applications. Karen posted it on the MMA, Massachusetts Municipal Association. And then I posted it on the Massachusetts Health Boards associations. We've only gotten one applicant, two. But they wanna see, now that I just put it on that MHOA, Karen says we'll probably get some more traffic on it.
Okay.
There was one applicant for the board member. That one is only posted until July 31st,
Okay, and how long is the health agent one?
until it's filled.
Okay, I think you did say that, sorry.
Yeah, so it's just a
Okay.
notice out there if anybody's interested to apply.
Okay. Sounds good. All right, moving on to the meeting time schedule.
That was brought up, a resident said that our times, our schedule was too early and it was inconvenient for her to come.
Okay.
So I wanted to mention, let you know, if you wanted to change it
Okay,
to a later time.
all right, we'll see for our next meeting. All right, items not reasonably anticipated within 48 hours. Liz, I knew you had something.
Yes, so the betterment application is finally done. We got the quote from the installer. So I believe, Paul, you're here to speak to it as well. The resident, and that's how much the total loan will be. So if you
Okay.
could just make a motion to accept the betterment.
Okay, that was, you remember that one, Vinnie? Okay, good. Did you want to bring up anything?
I don't have anything super, of much timely significance, I guess, just to
Okay.
give you a little background information. The betterment will break out over 20 years. And it gets linked to the third and fourth quarters of the tax bills, and it's a 5%, it's just a simple interest rate.
Okay,
It's basically 5% simple interest annually. And the payment for each year just gets split in half, slapped on the third quarter and the fourth quarter.
mhm,
And it goes on the property tax bill, so you don't have to worry about like separate billing or anything like that.
okay,
But as we get there, after everything's signed, if you just provide me a copy of everything, and I'll provide copies to the Board of Assessors.
okay,
If they have any additional questions or need anything for the commitment over to me for when we do the actual billing, our offices can coordinate with you guys in case.
Perfect.
That has to happen.
okay.
Well, other than that, it's a fairly straightforward process. And I'm not sure if Liz is, Liz, are you still in Vader?
No.
Okay, that's the town's accounting software, and we're in the process right now of setting up a betterment tracking module in there. So if we end up doing more of these in the future, let's say it's a big hit and we find some money somewhere in the town for us to be cranking about. It might be something to look towards in future years to maybe get Liz a license, if that would be beneficial to you guys to keep track of the betterments.
Okay, super, that's awesome. All right, Vinnie, can I get a motion? I think we need to vote on this.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
Liz
I'd make
can-
a motion to accept that betterment. That's really all we need, right?
Yeah, I would say so. All right, I step down, I second that motion. Can I get a vote?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes.
Madam Chair, would you like me to stay until the end of the meeting and notarize your signature for you?
Yeah, that's, sure. Sure.
Yeah, because we're almost done. That's it,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Do you want to do that now?
Oh, you can continue.
Okay. All right, what else did we have for? I know that, we have a
Public input.
we can go back to that.
Oh,
Circle back
yeah,
around.
Kyros came in.
Kyros, so we're gonna go circle back around to CNN Pizza. Did you want to come up, Sarah, and just give us an update?
Yes.
Thank you for coming. Sorry you had to wait.
I was first in the meeting or what?
You were first.
Oh, really?
So, sorry, but at least we're getting to you, so we didn't forget you.
Okay. Excuse me. My name is Carlos again, and I'm the owner's representative for CNN Pizza, located in 1965 Council Street. And here, first, I want to thank the board for their time and review. And we have worked on in good faith to follow all the board's recommendations as required. We completed the Title V inspection, and the septic system passed. And we were also told to hire a registered professional civil engineer to certify that the system will continue to function with the additional daily flow. We did exactly that. We hired Gabor Engineering Services, and in their professional opinion, the system will continue to function as designed with the added flow. The letter clearly states that, and it was signed and sealed by a registered professional engineer. Now, I've been told that the engineer must also be certified, especially to conduct Title V inspections. With respect, that was never mentioned in the board's written recommendation. The letter from Mr. Bernard on June 2nd only said the engineer must be registered and must provide an opinion that the system will continue to function properly. That's exactly what we did. If there was an additional requirement that the engineer must be Title V certified, that should have been stated clearly at the beginning. I have already paid for the engineer, for this engineer service in good faith, based on the guidance provided. I'm respectfully asking the board to honor what was originally stated or provide a path forward without requiring me to repay or repeat for the work that was already done based on the instruction I was given. So like every time I feel like I'm getting back to one step. So.
I can see how you can feel that way, but understand where we're coming from. So the engineer that you hired doesn't do any work with what he was sort of certifying that system would work for that particular upgrade to make the 2 apartments. So it sounds like, from what I'm being told from our health agent, this particular engineer doesn't have any experience to be able to certify that that particular system that they have is going to work, so to speak.
Yeah,
So-
but in the letter, he didn't mention that he needed an experience.
We told you.
Professional. No one talked.
We did. When you came, we did tell you that, because you were here probably for the past, I'd say, 3 or 4 months. And we did specify that.
Yeah, I'm following what's written in the report, and he's registered professional engineer. Nothing saying that it's experience. That's why I feel like we're repeating things every time. So if there's in a way, like, he's already registered, and like your engineer, he already said that, and I don't really understand. As long as the town engineer said it's okay to add it, why do you want me to hire someone on my behalf and do it again? And that was my question for the last time too. And do you looking for someone to have it on his own responsibilities or something like that? I really don't understand. You have your engineer already saying that. That's
Our engineer is to review what your engineer submits. You didn't have the proper engineer submit anything. You had a structural engineer fill out a paper for us. Yeah, but he's not licensed in septics, Title V's.
So there's a difference.
There's a difference. You wouldn't go
So you
to,
hired an engineer, just the wrong engineer. So he really doesn't have, how can I put it?
qualifications.
Qualifications, thank you, to be actually writing this letter, because he doesn't deal with systems. He doesn't deal with Title V or septics.
He needs to be certified, in order to do that type of work. I'm an engineer, I'm an electrical engineer, but I can't certify septic systems. So that's kind of like what we're saying is he needed the right certifications and qualifications in order to make those statements in that document.
And he probably should have told you that.
He should have
So
told you
what he wrote rather is just basically one small little paragraph. So I would probably go back to this person and say, hey, you really didn't have the qualifications to, to submit anything to us because he doesn't deal with septics or
Right,
Title V.
Can I have a written letter from you with exactly what you want so I can follow exactly what's
Sure.
in the written? that
Liz, can you
letter?
get him that?
I'll get that.
Yeah,
Exactly what's in the letter, so I do not go back again and
yes.
to find the right person for that.
Yeah, I gave you a few names the last time you were here. Do you still have that list?
I'm gonna go back to him to see if anyone from his connection because he already has the money, so I'm gonna see him first. But I wanna give him something to follow.
Mhm.
Yeah,
But it
yeah.
has to be an engineer who has those qualifications.
Yeah, I wanted that to like, I don't know, like, should I look for, like, if I'm gonna look for someone by myself, should I like he has to be civil engineer, this is civil engineer, and then I'm gonna look for what, like, qualification or experience in the septic system?
There's in the Mass DEP website, you can put their name in and it tells you if they're licensed.
Okay, if you don't mind to mention that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can give you that, sure. That way, the
Okay.
next time you come back,
Hopefully it's.
hopefully it's the last time. We
Okay,
can get this taken care of.
all right.
Okay?
And again, too, Karis, we want to help you out. We're not trying to put up a roadblock. And if you get it done sooner, we can set up a special meeting. We don't have to wait until our next meeting that's scheduled on, in August 19th.
Mhm.
If you get it sooner than that, you let Liz know, we could set up a special meeting and get it done for you as quickly as you can get it done so that you can go forward. You don't have to keep doing this.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll do that.
we really do appreciate your patience. And like we say, we're not trying to nitpick, but unfortunately, we have to do it the right way.
Okay.
We have to follow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
you-
let you know, Liz. Yes, go ahead, sir.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear.
You gonna say something?
No, that was it.
All right, Liz, I'll wait your email.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay,
so much.
thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Do we have anything else in that category? Any public input? Anybody here from the public that would like to input?
How you doing? Dave Phillips, 1261 Main Street, Dayton. I have two questions. One, I think, is probably directed to the ACO. I had a couple neighbors come to my house, knock on my door saying that they saw foxes and some bobcats. Is that true?
Yep.
Okay, just wanted to make sure, because I didn't really know how to answer them. They were like.
Foxes all the time. We've
Yeah,
had foxes
I know, we
everywhere.
see.
Bobcats, yes, definitely.
But there's bobcats around?
Yes.
I've seen one
Yeah.
myself.
Yeah, I just wanted to hear. Stacy. Number two, from a conservation standpoint, the Wetland Protection Act on the dumpsters, when you go into your dumpster workshop or however you're gonna do it, 100 yards from the wetlands, the dumpster, 100 feet, I'm sorry, 100 feet.
Thank you, Lisa.
Would be a concern if there's gonna be a lot of them around. I do have a dumpster. My dumpster is probably one of the cleanest ones in town. I make sure that I keep it clean, but you know how,
Oh, you have to.
things are gonna, things might change if everybody gets dumpsters.
Yeah, some of the concern, like some of the documents that we had read, it was like, it's gotta be 3 feet off the road, the concern with like snow plows, trimming the grass and things like that. So
Well,
it wasn't a lot. It was like, I think it was 3 feet was what the town of the city of Taunton recommended, something
Yeah.
like that. It's not,
I mean,
it wouldn't
I
be
think
100 feet. It'd be
basic
like
common
just
sense.
off the road.
Basic
Well-
common sense to,
Let's not get crazy.
Huh?
Let's not get
You're
crazy
100
here.
I've tried to bring a lot of common sense into the town.
You're 100%
Yeah.
right. It's absolutely
We
common sense.
appreciate
That's why
that.
we have to put it in a protocol.
Yeah. All right, thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you very much.
Hi, Joanne Wilson,
Hello.
2055 Wheeler Street. I'm here as a resident. I'm also a Title V inspector, and I've been following along with your meetings. Great job, by the way.
Thank you.
So, my concern is with, I don't know more than what I've seen on the meetings. about the Milk Street property. I don't know if you're aware, but Massachusetts law states that communities have to report to DEP within 24 hours when there is a septic overflow into a potential public water supply area. And then they are 5 days later required to submit a letter that states what the cause, what the process is to correct that. My concern is that, is there any testing being done on the land where the overflow was being pushed out into? Is the town requiring the homeowner to test that land that's not theirs to see if there's been any potential environmental damage to that property?
I'm gonna look at Lisa for that. That's,
I would love to require it.
I don't know.
Get a hold of those people.
yeah. I mean, I don't know if that's,
I just,
I don't think it has been done. I mean, I don't know anything about
was
it.
a letter sent to DEP within
Um,
24 hours?
When Matt got there, he said everything was already cleared out and he
Yeah.
didn't see anything, so he reported nothing back to the board. Lisa saw it.
So was the board notified, because it does require a homeowner to notify the Board of Health and or the fire department that there was an overflow or
No.
that there was,
No, the only reason we found out was because the tenant was getting evicted.
okay. But then the town did find out that there was an overflow situation. So at that point, when the town knew, they should have reported it to DEP.
Yeah, that
We
was.
had the same situation a few years back on School Lane, I believe it was called.
Mhm.
Down towards the end of that street where it had overflowed into a yard where animals were getting into it. And I just wanted to make sure you were aware that
Mhm.
DEP, I mean, these are substantial fines that DEP puts
Yeah.
on people.
Well, that's
not-
why it really wouldn't be us. That's why we rely on our health agent.
Okay,
when-
but the
when
board of,
that-
the health agent answers to the Board of Health.
Right, but when the health agent goes out and does, we're not there supervising him when he goes out to say that particular property, or when Lisa went out, so he
will there
reports
be a letter
back.
sent to DEP?
Well, I think that's
Let them
something
know
that
now what's been going
we'll
on.
look into it for sure, yeah.
Okay, so I-
Sure, thank you. Anybody else have anything? Sure, come on over.
Okay, I don't want to keep you guys, and I don't need to get out of here too, but, porta johns. So we had, I think, I brought it up with Liz at PACT. Not sure if she mentioned to you, but I was out doing an erosion control inspection on property. And one of my members was there, Mr. Mariano, and one of the neighbors came out and yelled at the contractor because I guess the worker was using the bathroom in the street and asked, where's the porta john? So I brought it up to the building department at PACT and Board of Health, but we're not really sure if
I don't have anything.
there's no rule on it
On porta johns?
No.
for like construction. So you see some contractors actually do it.
Right,
And
I've seen it, sure.
I mean, we see it all around town, but then it seems like some of them don't, so I just wanted to bring it to your attention, but there isn't
Yeah,
actually a
that's-
rule.
No,
Let's,
the only
um,
thing that there's a rule on is maintaining it and like making sure it's clean and emptied.
But there's no requirement for one.
To have one?
Construction site, you know.
That's a good point. That's
Yeah.
something that we should probably
I'm
discuss.
always on the construction sites.
Yeah,
I could
you
just
would think
picture-
that they would have one.
Right, so this is three new homes going in on Horton, and I just could picture like, it's gonna take a year or two, and
Right, so you'd think,
how many people you have
Right.
working there?
yeah,
Just wanted to bring it to your attention.
that's definitely something that we'll have to, we'll look into.
On top of everything else.
We're writing it down, we got
Oh,
it.
one more thing,
Sure.
so we did talk about like the perk applications, and I
Mhm.
know we're not gonna talk about it today, but yeah, if you could add it to another agenda.
Mhm, Yeah, sure,
Should have talked about it.
sure.
That'd be great.
Sounds great.
Thank you.
Great, anybody else have anything? All right, so we're going to close the public input portion of the meeting and move on to approve meeting minutes. We need to approve minutes from May the 20th, June the 9th, June the 17th, and July 1st. So Denise, I may get a motion?
Yeah, I would make a motion to approve meeting minutes from May 20th, June 9th, June 17th, July 1st of this year.
I step down. I second that motion. Can I get a vote?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Moving on to 10, schedule next meeting. It looks like we have August 19th, 2025. We just need to set a time.
Let's keep the same time if that's convenient,
Sure, 2 PM?
2 PM.
Okay, so meeting set for August 19th, 2025 at 2 PM. Can I get a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I would make a motion to, oh, hold on 1 second, let me think. Yes, that should be fine. So actually, could we make it 1 o'clock? Would that be,
Sure, I can do that, yeah. I'm
Yeah.
available. 1 o'clock,
1 o'clock?
August the
August 19th.
19th. Okay, can I get a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I would make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Okay, I step down, I second that motion. Can I get a vote?
Aye,
Aye, motion passes. Meeting adjourned. Thank you, everyone.
thank you.
Thank you.
Paul, so Tammy can sign it and then I'll see you in it. Bye, Vinnie.
Bye. See you in,
Bye, thank you so much.
I'll be back on the 4th, Liz, so if something comes up, you need me to come in, I'll go to the town on the 5th,
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
okay? All right, but let me know if anything else.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.